All right, Shalom. I would like to give all honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to the elect. And this is just a quick lesson. All right. And I sent this video out to some of the brothers as well. As you can see, the title says, "Man undergoes chip implant surgery to get rid of alcohol addiction. It took just 5 minutes." The surgery to implant a chip into a man's body was completed in just 5 minutes, according to reports. The surgically implanted chip has been designed to remove cravings for alcohol. A man in China, in order to get rid of his alcohol addiction, went through a chip implant, according to South China Morning Post. A 36-year-old man has become the first person in China to have undergone a surgery. Surgery to implant a chip into his body was completed in just 5 minutes. According to reports, the surgically implanted chip has been designed to remove alcohol cravings. All right, in a 5-minute procedure on April 12th at the hospital, as part of a clinical trial led by whoever this doctor is, former vice president of the United Nations International Narcotics Control Board. All right, according to the clinic, the chip releases a substance called naltrexone, which is commonly used in addiction treatment to prevent relapse. The substance is absorbed by the body and targets receptors in the brain. The man went through this procedure, was an alcoholic, and used to start drinking before breakfast throughout the day till the evening till he passes out. All right, so you see more signs and wonders, man. All right, through this technology. All right, miracles. Let's go into the scripture if I could. I already had it in Revelations 13. And I'm going to go to 14. "And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast." Now we know that this is speaking of NATO, all right, the EU, Babylon the Great, all right, but you have other nations that want to be like Babylon the Great. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it real quick. All right. Now you have other nations that pattern themselves and want to be like Babylon the Great. Second nation. Let's see if it's 13. No, it's like it. I can't remember. Matter of fact, let's do this. All right, you have other nations that pattern themselves after Babylon the Great. Here it is. 2 Ezra 15 and 46. "And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person." All right. The glory of her person, meaning you want to be like her. So let's go back here to, let's just read that again. 13 and 14. And deceiveth them by dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. All right. By those miracles, the technology, the weaponry. All right. You go into that word miracles. All right.
Strong's G 4592.
Semayan. All right.
Semayan.
For miracle. All right. And I'm in the outline biblical usage, I'm gonna use B, a sign, prodigy, portent, an unusual occurrence. All right. Transcending the common course of nature. And that's what that does. All right. They put that inside of a man's body. All right. That's transcending the common course of nature. All right. That's unheard of. All right. An unusual occurrence. All right. It's a miracle and a wonder. All right, and you're going to see in these latter days, you're going to see this is being promoted more and more. All right, so that people can be it can be acceptable in the sight of people, man, so that they can it's gonna be marketed for those particular reasons and other things attached to it. All right, by doing that, all right, you can put records, you can put all kinds of stuff. They can hold so much memory. All right, you can do all kinds of things with those chips. All right, but when I'm gonna slide down, all right, you can put your medical records, financial records, all kinds of things on those particular devices. All right, you can open your door, start your car. So it is a miracle and a wonder. And now, as you can see, you can administer certain types of medicines and things of that nature. So I'm gonna slide down to 16, and he calls of both, and he calls for all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, the name of the beast, and the number of his name. All right. So when you go into that word mark as well, all right.
Strong's G 5480. Harakba.
All right.
Harakba.
Haragma. All right. And a stamp or imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of followers of the Mashiach. All right. And you best believe that, all right, you're going to be able to, they're going to be able to identify you by this particular mark as well. A mark branded on horses, all right, to show who them horses belong to, all right. A badge of servitude, all right. And so that's what that shows, an allegiance, all right. And you won't be able to do nothing without it. But right now, it's going to be promoted as beneficial, all right. So that was just not a long lesson, just showing you. As a matter of fact, let me pull this up real quick too, just for edification purposes. All right. Now let's go into this, right? Just real quick. This is a schematic of a RFID reader block diagram for Texas Instrument. Let me see if I can enlarge this. All right, you see how computers work. All right, you have a whole system all the way on the left. All right, somebody can control that system interface, processor, all this goes through. Then you have an RFID reader and writer transceiver, all right, which breaks down this information and sends it across these lines. And then you have what's matching. Then you have an antenna. All right, the antenna goes through the RFID tag. Now, clearly, they're going to be able to do things remotely with this type of technology. All right, and this may not make no difference. All right, but I just wanted to go into what is that word? Matter of fact, let me double back. All right, the word schematic. All right, schematic definitions. All right, schematic drawing or diagram, and there's a lot of deep things or of relating to a scheme. Just type on that word, scheme. A plan or program of action, crafty or secret one. All right. To form plans, to form a scheme. All right. To plot. All right. And that could be a plot in anything, but it is. And those schematics go, you can go really deeper. All right. You can go really deeper. Matter of fact, I might as well go to a wiring diagram. Show you what you're dealing with. Wiring diagram. And So here you go. Many of demon sigils resemble circuit schematics. All right. I'm gonna read this. I was on Hacker News. I think they even play the same role. At least a prominent occult author says that all these effects are nothing but electricity and magnetism. Snake is a typical occult symbol for electricity. Levitating a frog by a magnet is legit magic. NMRI is high-end sorcery. Things that are considered magical are various magnetic effects that have been discovered by science, yet but are known to people who don't quite understand the underlying mechanism. But in each and every case, it is the good old magnetism. I guess that these sigils are meant to shape a magnetic stream produced by something else, and more properly shaped attempts to capture a fish of some kind. All right. As for why the low type of cultists use blood to fill these sigils, it is because of magnetic properties. All right. If you live in medieval ages, getting access to a lab with ferrofluids and 100 amp generators is pretty difficult. So you see that the lines it's not too far apart from what they call magic and science, all right, which is sorcery. So, hey man, if you decide to deal with this type of stuff, man, you're going to be burned with nuclear fire. All right. So with that, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Shalom.